welcome back to another video. This is the third part. I thought it was only going to be two, but it ended up being 3 parts of finals week for summer term, summer D1 year. I have 5 finals this coming week. It's Sunday, so I have one on Tuesday morning in biomaterials, and then on Thursday we have 3 finals. So first I have to take a lab practical for head and neck anatomy in the morning, and then I have 2 dental anatomy exams back to back that I have to take between 1 and 4 p.m. They're each around an hour. One is our tooth ID exam, which is multiple choice this time. If you watched my last video about the tooth ID exam, it's a little bit different format, but similar questions. So we have to identify the numbers using the universal system for the different teeth, but this time it's primary and permanent teeth. And then also we have to be able to identify different anatomical features on them, and this one's going to be multiple choice, so I'm hoping it might be a little bit easier, but we'll see. And then after that, so the second exam for dental anatomy that day is our written final. So that's like anything from these long PDFs that they gave us about each tooth in the mouth. Kind of tricky, so I'm not feeling too good about that yet. And then Friday we have our written final for head and neck anatomy, so that's based off like the lectures and the learning objectives that we were given. So lots of stuff, 5 exams, and going to be a very busy day studying. This is what the agenda looks like, and pretty much just going to be doing a lot of biomaterials, which is the first one on Tuesday, and then dental anatomy is mainly the focuses for today. However, because yesterday I didn't get everything done that I wanted for head and neck anatomy, first I'm gonna make sure I get all of that done, and then I'm going to start focusing on what I originally had planned today, which is biomaterials and head and neck anatomy. I'm also going to be talking to one of my friends later, and he's going to help me with some of the biomaterials math, so I'm very grateful for that. Thanks, Jacob. I'm going to let you guys go for now, and I will do some time lapses of me studying. Hello guys, happy Monday. Welcome back to another episode. I'm going to keep this intro pretty short and sweet. Hey guys, so it's almost 5:30 p.m. right now. I just got back from a walk and I'm about to do some meditation. I just played a little bit of Animal Crossing on my phone, so that was kind of my break. I went on like a 30-minute walk, finished up a podcast I was listening to, and like I said, played some games on my phone to give myself a bit of a break. The Quizlets and everything took a little bit longer than I thought, and I got started later than I wanted to just because I was helping my family with stuff this morning. So I've really just started biomaterials right now, but I did FaceTime Jacob and that helped a lot as well. And we actually talked for a little bit after, which also took us some time, but you know, I love socializing, so that was nice. I'm going to do the meditation for 15 minutes. I'll show you guys which like series I've been doing. I've been trying to meditate every day, and you always see it on my schedule, but some days I do miss it or skip it, whatever you want to say. If you go to the app, on the second tab over, it's meditate, and then you can go to courses or singles or whatever. I've been doing a course called Managing Anxiety. I'm on lesson 4 today, and they're 10 to 20 minutes. You can pick 10, 15, or 20 minutes. I usually pick 10 or 15, and this one has 3 like levels, so there's 10 courses per level. The first one's called Learn, the second one's called Practice, and the third one is called Master. If you guys haven't tried Headspace, I seriously so recommend it. I haven't been sponsored or anything, I just keep mentioning them in videos because I really did see a lot of improvement from it. But yeah, I'm gonna do some meditation and then go back to the biomaterials Quizlet, and unfortunately I don't see myself doing much for dental anatomy today, but that's okay because tomorrow really the only thing I had on my schedule is biomaterials. Quite honestly, there's only so much you can do for that class, so I'll be able to do some dental anatomy tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna let myself stay on a break until 6. It's like almost 6. But this is how far I got in the biomaterials Quizlet so far. Basically like 30 out of like 165 that I've looked at. And then you can use this feature on Quizlet. Then you can press combine, and then I can study it with my other biomaterials one, which is like, yeah, this one. Because our final is like this plus these 165, so it's like 300, a little over 300 cards. But first I have to learn these, and then I'll combine it with the stuff that was on the midterm tomorrow and make sure I can know them all like together. I want to get as much of this done as I can, obviously, but if I like stay up super late tonight or anything, then I'm just gonna be like dead every day going into this week. Sorry, I have my fan on, by the way, if you hear that. Probably gonna work from like 6 to 8, just like 2 more hours on it. And then from 8 to like 9:30 or 10, just like watch some Hulu or something and then go to bed. That way I feel rested for tomorrow so I can work really hard. Hey guys, it's Monday. Just walked out of Starbucks. What's new? I've made quite a dent in that. If you heard a few videos ago, I had like $80 of gift cards from graduation to my birthday. We have made quite a dent, obviously. But it's 11:30 right now. I got a lot done this morning. I woke up at 7, went for my walk, started working at 8:15ish. I kind of was bouncing between stuff, so it wasn't the most efficient, but like I was updating in like our Slack page and like kept making me distracted thinking about biomaterials, and I was trying to do other stuff first. But I finished the last set of dissection videos because I didn't really take good notes on them for the 12th lecture unit, so I did that this morning, and I did a bit more biomaterial stuff, just looking at like the math. This was a to-do list. And then after this, once I get home, I'm gonna make some lunch, but then make as in heat up leftovers. But then from like 12:15 to 1, I'm gonna review the biomaterials practice problems. That way at 1, when we're hopping on a Zoom with some people in my class, I'll know what questions I have about the practice problems. Tomorrow morning is the final, and then after that, it'll be nice to just have that out of the way so I can really focus on dental anatomy and head and neck anatomy, because I really haven't studied much for head and neck at all yet, but that's why I'm trying to do some dental anatomy today. That way, Tuesday and Wednesday can really primarily be head and neck anatomy with like spurts of dental anatomy. So that was kind of my game plan. I planned out this whole week, probably last like Friday, for what I was going to do for studying throughout the week, so I'm just kind of sticking to that schedule. But I will show you guys a little bit of my studying and everything later today.
Baby, it's 2:30 and I should probably head back home, but I'm afraid to be alone. What do I need to do to get some time with you? I'd rather be half involved and missing all of you.
So now I'm studying for dental anatomy, like you guys just saw. If you watched the tooth ID video, you know that I struggled with identifying between the different premolars, and then for the molars, sometimes I got the side of the mouth wrong. So what I'm doing this time to better my studying is to try to make sure I can use like occlusal anatomical landmarks to differentiate between the teeth and not just look at the roots, depending what side it is, because sometimes the roots don't necessarily always point to distal, or again, the sketch fab might not rotate the way I want to see the root curvature. So it's in my best interest to be able to know which of all the different cusps on each tooth, like which area is going to be buccal versus lingual and mesial versus distal. That way I can figure out which side of the mouth it goes on, because right now I'm pretty much getting each like type of tooth correct. Now when I'm getting stuff wrong, it's which side of the mouth it's on, because I'm challenging myself to not just use the root angles. So I'm like kind of in the process of learning, but they did upload more practice scans to Sketchfab of human teeth for us to practice with. So that's what I'm using now with this like new tooth bank to study. And then I'm gonna go back over the ones that they had before. The only difference is these new ones are like unlabeled, like they don't tell you what tooth it is. So we as a class are like making our own answer key and like hoping that they're right. Whereas the first set that I studied last time, every tooth has the number below it. Like you saw when I was studying, I had to cover it up. So I'm gonna go back over those again after this, and then I'll probably go over these again another time before Thursday, obviously. And then on top of learning for the tooth IDing, I still really don't know much of the differentiation between the deciduous or primary or baby teeth, whatever you want to call them. And then I also really don't know all of the features that we need to know for the written part of dental anatomy. So first we're going to work on the IDing, and then we will get to the other aspects of it once we get better at the IDing. It's like 8 p.m. Our basement's so cold, so I'm like sitting here like super bundled up. But I ate dinner. My mom just made some salmon, and then she got some corn from a local farm, which was fun, so that was good. And then I meditated before dinner, and I'm watching a YouTube video right now for the next like 5 minutes, and then at 8 I'm gonna start doing some anatomy, like head and neck anatomy lab studying, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I pretty much gave up on biomaterials around like 3 or 4 this afternoon, just because I feel like I know as much as I can know, and I'd rather be working on the exams that are Thursday and Friday that I don't know anything for really yet. So as you guys saw earlier, I was doing a lot of dental anatomy. I kind of laid out a game plan for what I want to do the next couple days to make sure I get everything done. And I don't think I told you guys that the Zoom for the biomaterials was very helpful. We have a couple classmates that are just like really know what they're doing. I mean, our whole class is so smart. Like every time I like have someone explain something to me, I'm just like blown away by how intelligent everyone is. So, I mean, I'm lucky to be grouped with them and be in a class with them. Obviously, admission saw something in me that they also saw in them, which is crazy. So I'm gonna enjoy a couple more minutes of my break here and then probably do anatomy until 9 or 9:30 and then go to bed around 10 or 10:30 and wake up bright and early so that I can do dental anatomy in the morning before my biomaterials exam, which is at 10 a.m. And then after that is done, I'm gonna have a break and have lunch, and then we're gonna do head and neck anatomy all afternoon tomorrow. So that's the plan for Tuesday, and also the plan for tonight, Monday night. Alright guys, finished biomaterials. I did about the same on the final as I did on the midterm, so that class is all done and out of the way, and I get to put the biomaterials into D1 summer. And then the only classes that I have left are dental anatomy and head and neck anatomy. And then we're moving on to the fall, so it's great. I put like all of the summer classes that are done already into D1 summer. Notability stinks for organizing, but other than that, it's really good, so big fan of Notability despite the poor organization options. And this is the to-do list for today. Look how much I got done this morning. Go me. Yeah, I did dental anatomy this morning like I told you guys I was gonna do, and I actually feel like I'm learning a lot, so that's really good. So I went through the primary and the permanent teeth and like quizzed myself using the Sketchfab images again, because that's how we're tested, is with the Sketchfab 3D teeth. So that's the best way for me to study. And then today, now the rest of the day and the afternoon, I'm going to be doing mostly head and neck anatomy and then go through the more like harder Sketchfab, which is like unlabeled ones that are newer scans that I'm not as familiar with. And then these blue link quizzes test you on the learning objectives, also lecture. So that's kind of the agenda for today. If you didn't see my midterms video for the lab portion where it's identifying different features on a picture image of a cadaver, what I do is they provide us with like labeled pictures that we need to be able to identify those exact features on the same images or similar images using the different anatomical relationships that they taught us. But what I do is I take all of those images that they gave us, and on my iPad, I cover over the name, and then I test myself by like revealing it and unrevealing it using like the erase and then undo option, and that's how I quiz myself. And then I have 2 copies of the same file, one with like all the stuff on there, that way I can like reference it if I need to, but the other one is my like study file, and once I feel like I mastered that particular slide with whatever features or need to be labeled, then I delete it from that file. Then like I'm working down from 180 slides to now I'm at like 130 or something, and then eventually I'm at 50, and then I'm at 20, and then once I finish and have deleted everything, then I like have mastered it in my mind. And then there's also, like I said, second order questions, which is you need to be able to know what they're pointing to, but then they'll ask you about the action or what innervates it or what supplies it or what does it drain into. So first you're going to need to be able to identify it and then draw on your knowledge to answer the more application-based questions. So that is why I'm still studying the Quizlets, which is like the lecture content, which explains what each different muscle or artery or nerve does. The lab, like I said, is on Thursday. And then the written learning objective based one isn't until Friday, but you need to kind of know that content to get a high score on the lab practical. 3 tests on Thursday, 2 are dental anatomy, and I already studied that this morning. Then I said I'm going to go over it again tonight. 3rd test on Thursday is the lab practical. and Thursday morning. So that's why I'm doing that today. Then tomorrow, Wednesday, we don't have any exams, and that's again just gonna be a mix of anatomy and dental anatomy because those are the only 2 classes I have left. And then Thursday, like I said, the 3 exams, and then I have the whole evening Thursday and all of Friday morning to keep doing those Quizlets and going over the learning objectives. That way I'm prepared for the written lecture-based head and neck anatomy final at 1 p.m. on Friday. So now you guys know what's coming. I'm gonna get back to studying and I will check in with you guys later.
Sun comes up, better than feeling like I need your love. Dancing till my legs go numb, till I go numb. Dancing till my legs go numb.
Hey guys, so it's Thursday. I'm probably not gonna film much at all today. I'm feeling quite a bit stressed. Yesterday I was feeling so chill. I was like, oh, there's like not even that much to learn. Like it's all fine. Like I'm just like taking my time. And then today I feel like there's so much to learn. I have no time. So just like, you know, the flow of finals and how your perspective changes a lot. But anyways, right now I just got done with the office hour for dental anatomy. This morning I did some dental anatomy, going over the quizzes that we've had each module because that's kind of similar to the written part of our dental anatomy final tomorrow. So that was kind of practicing for that. And then I want to do some more practice for that tomorrow morning, afternoon, once the lab exam is done because I have like 3 hours. So I don't think I'm going to do much more for dental anatomy at all today until after the lab final is done, just because my brain really likes to try to focus on one thing at a time, which right now is learning all the identifications of the different features we need to know for the lab exam. I thought I was going pretty swell because I did 3 out of the 6 lectures yesterday, the identifying, and they really weren't that bad. But I happened to just pick the 3 of the easier than compared to the 3 harder ones. So the harder ones is what I'm starting today, and I have already started them today. And there's just a lot of tricky little things, especially the different nerve branches, like in the nose. If it's a slide where there's a bunch of labels and I like can never remember them, what I'm gonna do is take a screenshot of that and then put it into Anki. Right now I'm basically just going through, I have 100 pretty much slides left, and there was like 160 or 180, so I did cut down a lot that like I do know, but I'm gonna go through these again and like all 6 lectures, including the ones from yesterday, and see what I do know and delete those like I told you guys I do. Then whatever's left I'm gonna put into Anki and we're gonna make myself learn that. And like I said, I'd like to do more of the Quizlets and like learning objective type questions for head and neck anatomy because that helps you with the second order stuff, but most of the questions are identification based. So if I can't get to learn all learning objectives and learn all the answers to possible second orders, like it is what it is. So we'll see how much I can get done today. It's 12:30 right now. And I mean, yeah, I literally, like I could study for 12 more hours. So in theory I should be fine, but we will see. So I went through again and now I'm down to like 50-ish slides, and that equated to about 150 Anki cards, and each card has anywhere from 2 features. Some of them have like 12 features labeled. So this is what I'm gonna do to make sure I can get all the identifying down. I think it's just more efficient than the iPad method for really tough things, just because you really do need that repetition and this is just faster. And sorry I can't show specifics for anatomy lab, but again, the privacy of the donors, so that's why. Probably the craziest my to-do list has ever looked. There's just like a lot happening. I didn't walk this morning because I slept in a little bit because I was up like an hour later than usual, but hopefully I'll do that later. And I have some laundry running right now. The Quizlets, like I said, I probably won't get to today, but it'd be nice if I did because then I'll be more prepared for the second order questions. Right now I'm going over this that I have as number 4 actually, and 1. These are both on Blue Link, which is our anatomy website. So there's practice practical questions and practice written exam questions. Anything that I miss on the practical samples as well, I'm going to add into the Anki. And then dental anatomy, like I said, I did some stuff this morning, but there's a practice test I can take, and then they also want to go over our first tooth ID exam that we had a couple weeks ago. You guys saw the tooth ID video. go over those answers and just test myself pretty much for both of these exams. So basically lots of practice. Yeah, so I just finished the first of the 3 exams today, which was the head and neck anatomy lab practical. So it's cadaver images, identification, and then second order questions. I've explained all of this to you. It went really well. I'm out on our deck right now. I'm gonna do a little post-exam meditation, and then I'm gonna go back into our basement and ooh, we got some shade from the boat. I'm gonna go back into our basement and study some more for the next exams, which they're the same class, they just kind of build on each other. So there's the second, like the tooth ID final, and then there's also the final written for dental anatomy. And my camera is very much about to die. But yeah, I'm just gonna meditate and then I will study and then take the next 2 finals that start at 1 and then they're open until 4 and they're each about an hour. Just bought this paddle boat from our neighbors that are moving, so that's kind of fun. But we have kayaks and stuff and like paddle boards and whatnot. Well, it is 5 p.m. and I have a lot of energy now, but right after my exams that ended around, I don't know, like 3:40 or something, I was dead. So I'm drinking a little bit more. If I get the venti, I usually do like only half of it and then I save the next for the next day. So this is the second half of yesterday's Starbucks, and I had some chocolate chips, so I have lots of sugar coursing through me. So now I have a bit more energy, but I'm about to go on a quick little drive just to, you know, do something. As you guys know, I love going for drives and just jam into some music, listen to a podcast. Just a good time. I'm in a true growl fit, true finals week fashion. The exams were absolutely okay. Well, the one this morning was totally fine. It was a lab practical, like I told you guys. Got my score back. I did really, really well, so I'm really happy about that. I didn't think, like, I knew it went well. Like, the questions just weren't that like tricky or anything, so it was really good. But then the dental anatomy ones were crazy. I will update you guys about it when I get back from my drive because I need to like come up with a concise way to phrase everything. It ended up turning out fine. We don't know like our final grades yet. Like, tests are graded, but they were wonky, so I could imagine that our grades are gonna change. So I might just wait till tomorrow, honestly, to update you guys about everything with dental anatomy, because I would assume that they'll have a more firm decision made up about our grades by then. This is our Friday morning study setup. I'm just gonna lay in bed. I picked up a Starbucks, woke up around 7, didn't really do a ton, and I'm just gonna do Quizlet until probably like 11, and I'll also look over the couple different types of practice problems that we have, and then take the exam at 1-ish, because that's as soon as it opens, but it's open until 4, so we can take it at 1, 2, 3, but I'll probably take it right away. I just submitted the last final, so I am officially done with D1 summer. It doesn't really feel real. It felt like I was done yesterday because there was so many exams. So I feel like I was more excited yesterday than I am right now. But I'm done. And I also don't have my grade back yet for this last one. So I think once I know all my grades for D1 summer, I'll also feel more excited. But I will do one final update at the end of this video for you guys to go over dental anatomy like I told you, and then also once I know my grade for this, and then we will finish up the video. Hey guys, it's 7 p.m. on Friday night, and if you watch all the videos, you know that I live pretty close to Ann Arbor, like 40-minute drive, so I'm about to head there to meet up with some of my classmates. Our social chairs have a house with a huge yard, so they're hosting us socially distanced hangout, and I'm picking up one of my friends that lives about like halfway to Ann Arbor on my way there. That way we kind of like can show up together and stuff. I have this little outfit with my mask in here, these same Adidas shoes. These are some Levi's jeans, and this bodysuit is BP by Nordstrom. I really like the little like flare cut on the bottom of these jeans. I think it's super cute for summer. But we don't have updates about the exam scores yet for the one today, and then we don't have updates about what the heck is going on with dental anatomy, so I will fill you guys in whenever I know more. Hey guys, it's many days later. It's Monday, August 24th. I just got back from hiking this past weekend in northern Michigan with my friend Megan, and that was my little bit of like a break. We were supposed to go to Colorado, me, Alicia, and Megan, but we obviously canceled that because we know that flying and traveling for leisure, for fun right now is not the right thing to be doing, so we unfortunately had to cancel it, and hopefully in upcoming summers we'll be able to go to Colorado and to Denver and to enjoy everything that's there. It seems so beautiful, but one day I'll get there. Anyways, I realized I never ended off the video and I never gave you guys updates, but we got our grades back and I was calculating my GPA and it was decently, like, it was fine. I was pretty happy with it, but then we realized, my friend and I that were like sharing the spreadsheet, realized that a lot of the classes were pass-fail. Not a lot, but a couple, which really does affect the grade when there's only 10 credits. So our grade ended up being affected more by some classes than we expected. So my grade still turned out fine, especially considering I think all of like the ups and downs I had this term, and yeah, just everything I overcame. Listen to the Finals Week Reflection podcast on Dental Download Podcast. That is up already if you guys want to hear kind of overall my experience, what I learned and everything. I'm not going to add that into this video just because it's already really long, but yeah, it went pretty well. I didn't end up getting any points back for that dental anatomy exam. I actually ended up taking away 2 points, which is a little frustrating, but I didn't really press on it with the faculty or anything because either way my grade actually stayed the same in the class. Like, getting those 2 points back didn't give me a higher letter grade, so I just kind of let it go. But it was a weird situation, and hopefully in the fall when we're in dental anatomy and occlusion 2, because we were in 1 this summer, hopefully next week when we start, it'll be better organized, so fingers crossed. But overall, like I said, turned out pretty well, and I'm really excited to continue sharing dental school with you guys in the fall. We do have some moving vlogs coming up, and then we'll be into our fall term of dental school videos. I hope you guys are really excited about that. I know I am, and I really appreciate all of you watching and your support so much. It means the world to me, and this is just a fun little side hobby and just something to do to take a break from school. So I really do love making videos, and I hope I can continue doing it for you. Uploading every Wednesday at 10 a.m. is going to stay the goal in the fall, and make sure you're following me on Instagram. That way you know if anything abnormal is ever happening, if a video is not going to be up, or I just definitely share everyday stuff on there that might not get put in a vlog. So make sure you guys are following along. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.